How we doing, everyone? Sam here, United People's TV. Thank you all for being patient over the last few weeks with some terrible internet. But I'm back at home. I'm back in England. I'm on Wi-Fi, not mobile internet. So fingers crossed this stream works absolutely fine. And I'm here tonight to talk about Manchester United's starting 11. The team I think that we're going to play against Leicester City at the weekend. We've had a Leicester over the last couple of years, well, 2 years ago. Phenomenal. Not so much now. You look at Leicester, you look at the team, you see Vardy, is he going to be joining Chelsea? Mahrez, his head really does seem gone. Is Drinkwater going to be joining Chelsea? Nobody really knows. They got Iheanacho from Manchester City, the young youth player who was compared to Rashford, who was supposed to be as good as Rashford. Pep Guardiola sacked him off. But who are Man United going to play? This is my team for the game. I'm going to run through a few of your comments, so make sure you leave your comments. Who do you think should start left back, Blind or Darmian? Who should start left wing, Martial or Rashford? For me, they're two of the main talking points. But as you can see, my team is over there on the right-hand side. Before I get into it, I want to say a big thanks to Ladbrokes. We are backed by Ladbrokes for the season. Over the next few weeks, we're going to be giving out some free bets where you can bet £5 and you get £20 free bets. Amazing. We'll cover that in more detail in the preview for tomorrow. But let's get talking about the starting 11. In goal, we all know it, David De Gea. Sergio Romero will probably end up playing a couple of Champions League games. We've got the Carabao Cup. I'm just going to call it the League Cup because it's exactly what it is. He'll probably feature in a few of those games. But Joel Pereira, he may also start in those games. But De Gea is our number one. We already know that. Right back, I've gone for Antonio Valencia, the guy who for me is going to be starting pretty much every single game this season. Any big game anyway. Matteo Darmian can play right back. Axel Tuanzebe can play right back. But Valencia's our best right back by some margin. And if you look at Eric Bailly and Phil Jones, their centre-back partnership, I'd say Phil Jones is arguably the man of the match away at Swansea. He is looking good at the start of the season. And Phil Jones has got a higher ceiling than Chris Smalling. He's a better defender than Chris Smalling. It's just the injuries have ruined his career to date. Fingers crossed, this can hopefully be a turning point for Phil Jones. Because last year under Mourinho, I thought Phil Jones looked really good when he wasn't injured. And Eric Bailly, we all know Eric Bailly. We all love Eric Bailly. The guy's a bit of a madman, but he's a bit of a hothead. And that's why fans get on board with him. Because he matches that with actual good timing in his tackles. Really committed defender. And I'm liking this partnership between Bailly and Jones. When will we see Victor Lindelof? Let me know in the comments below now. Would you bring Lindelof in for this? A home game against Leicester? Maybe that's the right time to bring Lindelof in. Would you start him? Let me know. Left back, I have made a change here. I've gone for Matteo Darmian over Daley Blind. Now, Daley Blind has started for me, surprisingly, both of the first two games at left back. Thought he had a bit of a weird pre-season. Not the sort of normal assured Blind that we already know. Just looks a bit off. But he started both games, and to be fair, he's actually played better. Now, I've gone for Matteo Darmian here because I think we're going to need someone. Matteo Darmian was arguably man of the match in the Europa League final against Ajax. And if there's one thing that this Leicester team does have, it is pace. Real Vardy, Iheanacho, they've got Mahrez as well. I don't want to see Blind going up and trying to support whoever's on the left wing and just leaving a huge space down there. Matteo Darmian, he won't go forward. He won't overlap, but he'll stay positionally strong on the left, and that's why I would start him there. Before we get into the midfield, let's run through a few of your comments. Why is Mkhitaryan on the right? We'll run through Mkhitaryan and all the attacking positions in a bit. I go for Lindelof, says Look Isaac. Lindelof, as I said, we're waiting for Lindelof to come into the team. £30 million signing. He was supposed to be our starting centre-back alongside Eric Bailly. Hasn't really come into that team yet. He will at some point, but it depends whether you think this is the right game or not. Rashford plays better on the right, says Romelu Lukaku. We'll cover the attacking positions in a bit. I think he probably does play better on the right than the left, but he plays better up front than he does on either the left or the right. Nobita Nubi saying, I'm still not going to change the winning team. I really like Martial, but he's such a powerful when coming on from the bench when others are tired. An excellent point. As you can see, Martial's in my starting 11, so I disagree. Mata is very good, says Lukaku. Restless Chicken says Mata is slow, but technically he's unbelievable. Scores a lot of crucial goals. As you can see, I've got Mata in as the front of a midfield three with Matic and Pogba. We'll run through that in a bit. Lindelof to come on as a sub, says the Little Biscuit. Let's see. And Abdinasir says, let the horses run freely. As Jose Mourinho said in his post-match interview after the West Ham game, I think it was. Because Man United have been letting the horses run freely, however you want to say it. We scored 4 goals in the last 2 games. And we could have shut up shop against Swansea away, 2-0 away from home, keep it easy. But no, we went for the 3rd, we got the 3rd, then we didn't stop, we went for the 4th and we got the 4th. That's Man United going forward. And that's why I wouldn't change too much in attack. I have changed one player though, as you can see. Midfield 2 of Matic and Pogba. Can't believe that Man United's midfield is working so well without Ander Herrera. But I think at home, he's going to keep Mata in that number 10 role. Mata, maybe it's not a number 10, maybe it's more of a 4-3-3 than a strict 4-2-3-1. But Mata is the most advanced of a midfield 3. Because Mata can add that creativity, add that spark. Someone like Mkhitaryan on the right-hand side, it'll be Mata and Mkhitaryan switching, moving in between each other's positions. And that's something I'm really enjoying about Man United's attacking at the moment, is the players are versatile enough to play across all the attacking positions. So we are chopping and changing. Where's Luke Shaw, says Crafty Shane. He played 60 minutes for the under-23s on Monday, coming back to fitness, but he's just not ready to come back into this starting 11 yet. That's why he's not in my team. But as soon as he is, you can guarantee yourself that I'm going to be putting Luke Shaw in my predicted 11 every single week until Jose Mourinho listens. Now, it's a front 3 behind Romelu Lukaku. I've gone for Anthony Martial out on the left, Henry Mkhitaryan on the right-hand side, and Juan Mata in the number 10. Mkhitaryan started off this season ridiculously well. He's got 4 assists to his name, and he could have had more. Mkhitaryan was definitely one of our most promising players in the pre-season, and he's continued that with a fantastic start to the year. And something that's made a huge difference to that is the fact that Man United's clinical finishing has come back this year. Pogba, he's scoring a couple of goals. Lukaku, he's finishing the chances that he is being given. That's not what Man United did last year. We created so many opportunities. Pogba should have had 10, 15, 20 assists, but everybody kept missing the chances. That's not happening. That hasn't happened in the first 2 games. That is why Mkhitaryan's got 4 assists, and that's why Man United are playing so well. Juan Mata, again, his cross, he swung in that Phil Jones got into the crossbar, stands out straight away. But his movement, he's a little bit more creative, a little bit more forward-thinking than Ander Herrera. But let me know in the comments now, would you play Ander Herrera there, maybe switch Herrera with Pogba, play Matic and Herrera as a deeper 2, and maybe play Pogba as the more advanced of a midfield trio? Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Herrera or Mata? Do you think that playing Herrera would be sort of taken away from Man United's ability to attack and go forward? Let's read a few more of your comments out now. I've never seen us play a 4-3-1-2, 4-3-1-2, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. They're all very similar formations, and there's only slight differences that happen in terms of one player being more advanced than the other. So Man United tactically are quite versatile now in that we can switch between formations. At some point this year, we'll definitely see United using a 3-5-2 as well. Random Gamer Boss said, Sam, it's going to be difficult against Leicester not being negative. I think it will be just as difficult as West Ham at home. I think going into that game, West Ham have made some great signings. West Ham, the confidence was flowing. They got Hart, they got Chicharito. They made decent signings, Arnautovic. So I think West Ham was probably a harder game than Leicester. Leicester obviously got the result against Arsenal. Or did they get the result against Arsenal? I can't remember. They scored against Arsenal, that's all I know. So Jamie Vardy's definitely going to be dangerous, but will he be joining Chelsea? Mahrez, for me, his head has been gone ever since their title-winning season. He just looks like he's been on the downward turn ever since then. Leicester aren't what Leicester were. I think Leicester now are doable, especially coming to Old Trafford with Man United in the form we are in. We should be taking the game to them. And Man United at home this season, we got 10 home draws last year in the Premier League, the most we've ever had in a single season. We cannot repeat that. We definitely didn't do it against West Ham, and for me, I can't see us doing it against Leicester either. Maciej says, Mkhitaryan behind Lukaku and Rashford on the right wing. It's interesting, that could definitely work, playing Mkhitaryan instead of Mata and playing Rashford out on the right wing instead, so we've got Martial and Rashford on the wings. Do you agree with Maciej? Let me know in the comments below. Romelu Lukaku saying Herrera is not a creator, he's a box-to-box midfielder. I think that's been a little bit harsh on Herrera. He can be a creator, but he's just not as naturally as creative as Juan Mata. He's certainly got that as part of his game. Swap Darmian for Blind, then you got your team perfect, says Aaron Sanka. As I've said, I've explained why I wouldn't start Blind, but Aaron disagrees. Again, let me know in the comments whether you agree with Aaron or not. Jones is playing well, deserves a comment, says Paul Bradley. I agree with you, Paul. Phil Jones has been one of those players that United fans have not enjoyed poking fun at, but He's just not lived up to the Duncan Edwards expectation that was laid on him when he came, thanks to Sir Alex Ferguson's comments. But when Phil Jones plays well, Phil Jones is a good defender, a very good defender. It's definitely got more to grow. And as I said, it's only been injuries that have ruined his career to date. If Phil Jones can stay fit for a season, touch wood, he can become a fantastic defender. And the early season form shows that is the case. Jones just needs to keep fit, says Jitin there. Absolutely agree with you buddy. Lucas says Martial starts, and he absolutely starts in my team. You can see him up there. Mr. Super Sub at the moment. Came off the bench twice. Got 2 goals and an assist. He is looking red hot. I think he's got 33 minutes of action with 2 goals and an assist. That's fantastic from Anthony Martial. We all know and we all love how good Anthony Martial is. But the real question about Martial, that you can let me know in the comments below now, do you think Martial is more of a threat from the bench when defences are tired, or is he more of a threat from the start? How do we get the most out of Anthony Martial as a left winger? Or should we even be playing him on the left wing? It's certainly a debate point. But Man United have got options and strength in depth. It's not even including Andreas Pereira here as an option. Who else have we got on the wings? Maybe not that much depth. But Rashford can obviously play on there as well. Again, I'd rather see Rashford starting up front. But that's my own opinion. Let's see what you guys and girls have to say here. Watching from Kenya, says Felix. Where are you watching it from? Let me know in the comments and I'll try and give you a few shout outs throughout the video as always. Verb Plural says Martial is a threat when playing. It doesn't matter when he's playing, Martial is a threat. You know, he was outstanding in his debut season. Didn't work out for him too well in his second season under Mourinho. He got the harsh treatment from Mourinho. Tough love. And it's certainly working right now. And we're seeing why Mourinho took that stance with Martial. He needed that sort of tough manager to help get the most out of him. For me, we're seeing it right now. And Lukaku up front. 3 goals in his first 2 appearances for Man United. That's what you want to see from Man United's, not record signing, but most expensive striker we've ever signed. He's delivering the goods right now. Keep it up, Lukaku. Let's give a few shout outs here. Suban from India. How you doing, buddy? We've got Prasham watching from Malaysia. Chan watching from Myanmar. Mustafa watching from Saudi Arabia. United lads watching from Florida. Frederick Eriksson from Sweden. We've got 6 range beats from London. Mustafa from Saudi Arabia. I've already said your name twice there, buddy. You got a double shout out. Lucky. If you are new, as always, hit that subscribe button down below. As always, it's great to have so many people watching. But lots of you asking for my score prediction for the game. Now, I guessed 4-0 for the Swansea game after the 4-0 against West Ham. Why break a habit? I'm going to predict 4-0 again. I'm going to predict that Man United are going to continue their blistering early season form because confidence is running through the team and confidence is running through my veins right now. I'm just seeing a new Man United that's attacking with intent and not holding back when we're scoring 1 goal. Mourinho is using the strengths of the team and continuing to attack even when we've got 1. Maybe that's because he doesn't necessarily trust his defence, but for me, that's an excellent sign. Let's give a few more shout outs because there's lots of you. Username in Canada. Hey, Zohan's watching from Westeros. Watch out for the dragons there, mate. Nicholas watching from Cyprus. Steve watching from Seattle. Crafty Shane in Ireland. Got my dad watching in Pakistan. I didn't know my dad was in Pakistan, but apparently he is. Confidence is running through the team. Let me know how confident you are with your score prediction in the comments while I wrap up the video. Man United are looking good right now. Man United have got options right now. This team in here doesn't include Rashford, doesn't include Lindelof, doesn't include Herrera, doesn't include Shaw, doesn't include Pereira. Man United have got strength in depth. No Rashford either. Strength in depth. But Mourinho's found his team that's put the same team out twice and it's won 4-0 twice. So will Mourinho change that? I'm not sure that he will change too much. For me, I've changed 2 positions here. I've gone for Darmian simply because I want Darmian over Blind because positionally he's a little bit smarter than Daley Blind and he's got a little bit more recovery about him. He's not very fast at all, but I can't imagine that Darmian's going to leave too much space out behind him. And I've started Anthony Martial out on the left. I think Rashford was a threat in the last game, but you've got to give opportunities to Martial and Rashford. I think Martial absolutely, for me, deserves an opportunity after his fantastic cameos against Swansea and West Ham. Let's read a few of your predictions out to wrap the video up. United lads saying 2-1 to United. Mazhar Khan saying 3-0 to United. Chan 3-0. Frederick Eriksson 2-0. Jason Brew saying 3-1 to Manchester United. Gurab Dis from India, how you doing, mate? Saying 4-1 to Man United. And Paul Harris going big, going for the 5-0 Manchester United. Not just 4-0, 5-0. Adding another one, a little cherry on top. Zan watching from Slovenia. Lovely country, just spent 5 days there in Lake Bled, as you probably all knew. Crappy internet. You guys got to improve your internet down there, Zan. Let the government know. Not that you've got any sort of influence over there. You should probably let them know. Nicholas Evangelou saying 4-0. Prashan saying 3-1. My dad saying 4-0. Thank you very much for that, Dad. I suppose we'll wrap it up on that. Thank you all for your comments. 280 comments, 190 people watching. As always, drop a like on that video because it really does make a difference. Thank you all for being so patient over the last few weeks with the naff internet. I really can't apologise enough. I really thought it'd be better, but it wasn't. But we're back. I'm back. Going to be doing lots more daily live videos over on the Facebook page. Make sure you check that out. Facebook.com/ThePeoplesPerson. And we're going to be covering tomorrow the Champions League draw live. So make sure you come over to United People's TV to join us for that. As always, drop a like on the video. I've said that twice now, but make sure you subscribe to United People's TV if you're new here. And we will see you soon. Until next time, take it easy, everybody.